sa Philippines. What a rally we have here between these two lady squads. Right ang bola. Rolling sa likod. And that's it.
Timing is everything talaga. Wow!
And that is the score. Oh, championship point.
Tuloy pa rin ang aksyon dito sa bakbakan.
Pinalo. Umiscore. Wow! Ang nakakatayon. And the crowd here at Pampo Arena are having the time of their lives. This is where it all started.
Sa ilang sandali, malalaman po natin kung sino ang magkakampyon naman sa ating men's division dito po sa V-League Collegiate Championship. As we bring you the action from the Phil Sports Arena, Drix Saavedra has been the man on a mission para dito sa FEU. Pero may bago na siyang kalaban. Galing po sa Italy, diretso naman para sa panig ng De La Salle University. We saw him briefly in game number 2, but in game number 3, he will be starting. Talking about Noel Campton of Alas Pilipinas. The Far Eastern University, one win away, but so is De La Salle University. Noel, Zarate pa rin po. Kasama si Ana Gupico, later to be joined by Megan Cabrera. And we've exhausted all of the cliches already. It has come down to this, but again, one game to determine the champion, Ana.
Both of these teams are very polished already. Maganda yung system nila inside the court. Kilalang kilala na nila yung isa't isa. But we still have, you know, new players that we're looking at. Like, not new, very new, pero he hasn't really played during the season. Si Noel Campton, which we mentioned. Onti pala yung nakita natin sa kanya during the second game of the finals. But we also have Drix Saavedra with FEU, who has been consistent, 18-19 points in Game 1 and Game 2. So, Game 3 ngayon, may expect natin.
And of course, pag-usapan nga natin dito para sa magkabilang kupunan. As we take a look at some of the action that happened in game number 2, galing pong airport yung Noel Campton, dumiretso, kinikwento sa akin, 3 sakay daw para makaabot dito. Completely jet-lagged. FEU looked like they were gonna have it in the bag, but then La Salle came storming back. Campton didn't even produce that much in game number 2 sa kanyang short stint on the floor, only produced 9 points. We know he's capable of so much more. Drix Saavedra, of course, masasabi nga natin, you said, very consistent. Could be the finals MVP if FEU takes this one. But again, La Salle might have something to say about that.
I mean, even if Noel Campton is there, you can't discredit what Hernandez did.
Oh my goodness, si Eman,
for
yeah.
La Salle.
What a revelation for De La Salle University. Eman Hernandez and Rui Ventura, these are the two names that we will be looking out for. Of course, Yoyong Mendoza has always been a secret weapon para sa La Salle, but there's Noel Campton, who will be the emotional leader coming into this match. But talk about leaders on the floor. Pag-usapan natin yung dalawang court generals. First up for the Far Eastern University. Alam natin si Ariel Cacao has been the solid setter para sa kanila. And Benny Martinez has always been his backup. Pero for this V-League, Benny Martinez, siya na ngayon ang star.
He really showed us what he's capable of. Kilalang-kilala niya yung mga players niya, maganda yung mga bato niya. Even his service.
Yes.
Service aces, and he can block very well. Pati defense, parang all around. Talagang di niya hinayang yung binigay sa kanyang airtime nung nawala si Cacao for a while.
Right.
Due to a death of a relative. Talagang he showed us what he's really capable of.
And for La Salle naman, alam naman natin, Pox Poquita, itong si Poquita has really been like the gold standard. Marami nga nagsasabi, it's like a second coming of Jewel Asia sa kanyang paglalaro. But enter Echo Adahar, who is the complete opposite. He's tall, he's shifty, and he's very athletic. Also as smart, perhaps, as Poquita, but he's been getting the job done. And this kid has really proved that he can start.
Medyo similar din actually yung galaw, yung kilos nitong si Adahar pati si Benny Martinez in terms of yung body din nila, yung fitness nila, parehong matangkad na player, may defense, may blocking. Talagang labanan din ng setters yung makikita natin in this Game 3 of the finals.
It will be Campton versus Saavedra on the offensive end. Pero pagdating sa setting, it will be the two youngsters, Echo Adahar taking on Benny Martinez. FEU contra La Salle, one more game to determine the champion of the V-League Collegiate Challenge in the men's division. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the two national referees officiating this gold medal match. Our first referee is Joven Racelis. And our second referee is Patrick Alan Castillo. And now let's meet the starters first for the team eyeing their first V-League title today. Here are the Far Eastern University Tamaras. Outside spiker number 8, team captain Chelor Talisayan. Opposite hitter number 9, Drix Saavedra. Middle blocker number 11, Lyric Mendoza. Center number 17, Benny Martinez. Outside spiker number 19, Emmett Bitwin. Middle blocker number 22, Charles Absin. Starting libero number 1, Vinny Ceballos. Head coach for FEU is Ed Orgulio. And now the starters for the squad eyeing for a back-to-back championship. Here are the Salle University Green Spikers. Middle blocker number 2, Eric Layug. Center number 3, Echo Atahar. Outside spiker number 9, Noel Campton. Middle blocker number 15, Joshua Magalaman. Outside spiker number 18, Chris Hernandez. Opposite hitter number 20, Rui Ventura. Starting libero and team captain number 7, Maynard Guerrero. Head coach for DLSU is Jose Roque.
Pretty much a regular starting lineup para sa magkabilang koponan. Of course, it is the youngsters now taking command in terms of the setting. It will be Benny Martinez, Sans Ariel Cacao, taking on LaSalle's Echo Adahar, Sans Pox Pokita. Noel Zarate pa rin po, kasama si Ana Gopico, and it has come down to this para sa magkabilang koponan. Can LaSalle defend their championship, or will we have a new set of kings dito naman sa V-League Collegiate Challenge?
Marami tayong aabangan ngayon this Game 3 because every time I think na alam ko na yung mangyayari, napipredict ko na, biglang things take a turn.
Good luck.
Which is good kasi, you know, you keep them on your toes, di ba?
Well,
Pati ako.
This is a matchup na hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari because remember, LaSalle started out 4-0 in this competition. Unang talo nila at the hands of FEU. FEU took game number 1 of the finals, and LaSalle had to lean on some late game heroics to be able to get the game number 2, as LaSalle is going to get the first point on a hitting error against FEU.
And then the starting lineup, makikita na natin si Noel Campton is being used
Right.
as the primary hitter again for LaSalle.
Rick Saavedra making his presence felt. Score is tied at 1. At yung mga nakadilaw po dito sa ating venue, hindi po fans ng UST at kanina sa women's division, which was won by UST. They're actually fans of the Far Eastern University. Megan is going to tell us all about that in just a bit. And here's Jelor Talisayan, from second stringer to team captain.
And he also has an award.
Right.
Isa siyang best outside hitter.
There's Campton, who didn't really see much action. Guerrero with a jump set to Campton. And you can see that the Green Spikers are going to their last player as Rui Ventura is able to get the block point. And after this is a block of the set.
That was Amit Between.
Yeah.
Isa rin sa mga rookie ng FEU
Isa pa
who's
yan.
already showing us what he's made of.
Between is already taking over the spot left by Nat Del Pilar, who is still injured. Did not play the whole season para dito sa koponan ng LaSalle, but will be available for UAAP Season 87. Hernandez on the push. Quick attack, and that is just out, coming from Mendoza. But that's Charles Absin. 3-1 LaSalle.
si Absin, hindi din siya yung primary starting lineup
Ay,
ni
naman,
Coach
oh.
Ed. But now we're seeing him. First set pa lang, babad na.
Campton has developed his jump serve over the years. Martinez, back set again, Saavedra. Pagdating sa porsentuhan, walang hihigit dyan.
I mean, 18 points, 19 points easily in one game.
Charles Absin is going to be serving for starting for Dula and Dongala, who actually played a lot in the early portion of this tournament. But they are now giving the reins to the 19-year-old. Ventura, yes. Ventura, yeah.
Ang ganda din ang pinapakita ng batang to. Coming from, naman yung captain nila, si Ronquillo. He
Yep.
replaced them
Yeah.
very well. Parang pareho din yung galaw at kilos ng dalawang
The
to.
big difference is Kaliwete si Rui.
Exactly, but in terms of attacking, scoring, machine gun din to.
Magalaman is in front now. Saavedra has got 3 for 3 to begin this game for FEU. He has scored all the points for the Tamaraws.
Easily.
Oo. Pero ngayon nasa likod na itong si Saavedra.
Meanwhile, LaSalle still has 3 attackers in front. And
Yeah.
Adahar also magaling din tong mag-distribute tsaka umaatake din to kahit minsan.
Soft shot by Mendoza. Played. Campton gets it across. Martinez has to choose another target. And this time, nailusot naman. Nitong si Amel Bituin. Amit Bituin has just gotten the start. As dire-diretso na siya. He unseated Jomel Codilla in the
Tsaka,
starting lineup.
Bantay sarado ng blockers ng LaSalle si Amit Bitwin. So he was using his wits and yung utak niya ang galing kasi coming from a rookie,
Yeah.
hindi mo din expect yung maturity na yon when it comes to his game.
Oh, there's so many. That's gonna be an illegal attack or overreaching actually.
That was reaching beyond the net violation for Amit Bitwin.
Actually, if you look at some of these kids na papasok sa UST, nandiyan si Macam, di ba? Sa NU, makita naman natin, they also have a bunch of youngsters that come in. Iba na yung transition ngayon from the next generation to the old generation. Ika nga.
I think a lot of it has to do with the pandemic.
Ah,
Nung natigil yung volleyball, now we're back and we're alive. More than ever, ang daming nanonood. Kahit ngayon.
How about Echo Adahar? With a block point to be assisted, of course, by ito si Magalaman, block of the set. That's more Adahar than it was Magalaman. That's our grab. Block of the set. Siyempre, angkin ni Magalaman niya kasi na-TV siya.
It's a joint effort.
Yeah, pwede na rin.
Siyempre, may leading ano din yun, factor.
Ventura hits it long.
Pati itong men's natin, simula pa lang ng set 1. Grabe na yung intensity na pinapakita. Even the cheaters, intense
Hindi na tumitigil talaga. Nasa likuran natin. Cannot hear ourselves anymore as Bituin. And Eman Hernandez. That is returned. Hernandez tries again. Soft shot this time. Benny drops it in.
That was a miscalculation on Hernandez, but a very smart and well-delivered touch.
Kuko na lang ang
Okay,
ginamit
FEU.
doon ni Benny. Buti hindi siya nag-nail file ngayon. Umabot pa.
Hiningahan lang.
Tied at 6. Magalaman on the quick. Benny, Saavedra, off the block. 4 for 4. Pagdating sa atake for Drake Saavedra.
Tsaka ang meron din si Bitwin is defense.
Yes.
Ang ganda. Denied lang niya parang shooting star.
Nakailang kape ka na nga pala. Echo going to Eman. That's on the line.
Ang bilis ng mga palo ng men's team. Kasi
That's
yung palo
really-
niya,
Oo.
nag-net touch siya pero dahil naka-touch na ng ground, mas mabilis pa yung palo niya kaysa sa bagsak niya sa floor.
Dapat mauna yung bola tumagpas sa lupa bago matawagan ka ng net violation.
Yes.
Hernandez. Martinez has to attack again. Pangontra ni Mendoza, nahabol pa rin ni Guerrero. And that is barely sent across by Eman Hernandez. And again, Benny Martinez puts it away. Second point of the game for the FEU center. And the Tamaraos have a 1-point lead. Coming into our technical timeout, number 1.
Championship volleyball continues here in the V-League Collegiate Challenge, and the Green Spikers are set to defend their crown. Coach Jose Roque says that Game 2 was actually all about the players because after Game 1, nung hindi nila nakuha yung resulta na ginugusto nila, real talk nga raw yun nangyari. But after much has been said, after they realized how they gave that game away, he left Game number 2 in the hands of his players, allowing them to also really take the lead, and Game 3 was no different. So it is that continuous test of maturity and independence for DLSU. Noel and Daniel.
But of course, to be a champion, you gotta beat the champion. And good words there shared by Coach Joe Roque. And also looking at the lineup nito, Lasal, Ana, at this point, wala pa si Yoyong Mendoza. Hindi pa ginagamit sa lagay na yan, ha? Because Captain has taken his spot in the starting lineup for the moment.
I mean, Lasal's arsenal is just
You're
dami.
right.
Dami
Yep.
mo makukuha ang attackers.
No look set, Magalaman. That is denied by the defense of Charles Absin.
Middle to middle. Ang bilis talaga ng bola. Hindi pa bumabagsak yung dalawang player. Tinamaan sa mukha si
Oo.
Magalaman. Nag-bounce back.
Pero ito si Magalaman, he's going to be a key player for LaSalle's title quest in season 87 of the UAAP.
And he's also a best middle blocker
Correct.
already.
Oh! Echo Adahar says enough!
That's what I meant when he can also attack. Literal.
Center ang makakuha pa ng ating Jiangnan. Attack of the set. Hot bat ba? Attack na sa Jiangnan. So it will now be Joshua Magalaman up to serve. Ngitian muna sila ni Noel Campton. Martinez. And that is off the block. So Charles Absin, who is now getting minutes sa middle blocker position, has really redefined that position. Alam naman natin si Bugawan has been very, very good at the middle blocker position. Pero ito offense, defense.
There's still a lot to see from this guy. I
Right.
think he's still finding his, perfect groove
Oy,
niya
nako!
inside.
Nagkahiya si Absin at si Talisayan. The absence of a center in that equation. We have one middle blocker and one outside spiker. Magkakaproblema talaga doon.
Yung communication nila is
Yeah.
absent.
Anna's on a roll right now. Back set, Blitz, 5 for 5. Ana Gupico.
Everything is just so quick in the men's Game 3 finals. Mapapikit ka lang, tapos na yung isang rally.
Now Jellor Talisayan. Jellor the Star-Lord.
Best outside spiker.
Yes, isa pa yan. Kaming tanda natin, during UAP season 86, he came off the bench. Now he's the captain. Now he's the starter. Grabe yung development din itong batang to. When he does commit a service error, 11-10 naman pa rin ang isa ang FEU. And now Noel Campton got off the plane from Italy. Tatlong sakay, slept 12 hours.
What is jet lag?
Ayun na nga eh.
Hindi niya alam.
Pero up to now, sinasabi niya pa rin sa akin kanina, nararamdaman pa rin niya ang epekto ng jet lag. Because
Meron
it's
talaga.
different. You know, if you're going one direction tapos pasalubong ka, di ba mas mahirap yung hinahabol mo yung mundo, mas madali mag-adjust. Yung pasalubong sa mundo, yun ang mahirap.
It really takes a toll on the body. Yung traveling, tsaka yung time adjustment, your sleeping pattern, lahat
Exactly.
yan apektado ka. And as an athlete, yung puhunan mo kasi is your body.
Correct.
So, yung stress, mararamdaman mo talaga.
Kahit na mentally ready ka, yung katawan mo sasabi, teka muna, hindi pa tayo nakakatulog.
O, pahinga muna tayo, guys.
Eman also almost getting that one. Miss hit. Back set, count on! That's actually his first point of the game.
No jet lag for Noel Capton.
Pero sabi nga niya kanina, parang pag tumatalon pa daw siya, naiiwan pa yung kaluluwa niya.
Akala ko naiiwan sa Italy.
Pwede na naman. Dapat may dalang pasalubong sa atin yan eh. Layug, left-handed middle attacker. Martinez. Oh, great cross-court hit coming from Ahmed Betwin. You want to talk about a rising star? There he is, literally.
I met a star. I met between.
Ahmed,
Grabe, galing ko
I
ngayon.
met a star. Ahmed, kailangan may accent ka.
Ay, wow.
Ahmed.
Mapapakanta ako niya ng Megan Thee Stallion.
Ay! Tinapos tuloy yung tira ni Eman. Sa sobrang corny lang hilitan natin.
Sorry.
Timeout call by Salle FEU, now up by 3.
Masyado tayo nagmamadali. Nagmamadali tayo eh. Pagkapasa, isiset pa lang, uma-approach na kayo. Hindi ganun ka-fluid. Timingan natin. Swabe lang. Oh. Eko, bahala ka kay Diyos. Wala muna dito. Paggalawin muna paggalawin. Ha?
Ganayin mo kayo muna, Sir. Walang sumasabay. One-on-one kayo
Okay.
yun eh.
Louie, kailangan ko timing ha. Sagay natin. Dahan-dahanin lang natin. Di ba naman? Nagsisimula ko lang naman tayo.
Hey, ano mo?
Back-to-back points here for FEU. Pinapaalala na ni Coach Joe Roque, parati tayo nagmamadali. Relax lang muna. Aga pa natin dito sa laban na to.
Kasi yung FEU, yung tempo nila mabilis din. So,
Right.
I think LaSalle is trying to keep up with the same tempo. But if that is not your team, if your team is not the same tempo, yung sanay sila, hindi mo din magagawa ng maayos yung mga pinapagawa ni Coach.
And that timeout inadvertently also iced Rick Saavedra. So it'll be Rui Ventura now up to serve for the Green Spikers. Yes, Rui Ventura in game number 2 was able to score 12 points para sa LaSalle. Quick play, that's gonna work para kay Lyric Mendoza.
I mean, he's just singing his song. Yung mga quick na yan, yun yung expertise niya.
Si Lyric minsan lang umupensa yan. It's more relied upon for his defense.
But in the past few games, ang ganda ng attacks nitong
Right.
si Lyric.
Eman also one of the best attackers on this team. In fact, Eman Hernandez is the #1 attacker across the board for LaSalle. 140 points coming into this game.
And just last game 2, 23 points.
Yes.
Binuhat niya yung LaSalle dun.
Of course, yung Noel Campton coming in the third set was also a big factor, scoring 9 points there, but he has been kept in check today. Great dig by Hernandez. Adahar, Campton against 3. Echo goes back to Noel. Dalawa na lang ang blockers. Magalaman, good stretch. Jelord tries again. Jelord Talisayan. Hindi na po kami nagkakarinigan ni Ana Copico as FEU has taken a 3-point lead into our second technical timeout. Jelord, the Star Lord, delivers for the Tamaraws. 16-13 FEU dito po sa napakaingay na Field Sports Arena. For the final game in the men's division, we will crown a champion today. Noel Zarte pa rin po, kasama si Ana Cupico and Megan Cabrera. Lyric Mendoza all set to serve for FEU, and it has been a combination of great defense and great offense for the Tamaraw so far, Ana.
Very consistent yung pinapakita nila in this first set, but will they be able to maintain that?
Well, Echo Andahar. Gusto habulin yung 2 points ni Martinez. That's his first point.
Battle of the setters din
Oo.
ito, FEU versus DLSU.
Lumalabas nga offensive setters po itong dalawang naglalaban. As Joshua Magalaman, formerly of Adamson University, sat out last year for residency, and he is ready for 2 more years minimum, I believe, for De La Salle University. Good serve. Talisayan. Cross-court beauty. Talisayan has been getting the job done.
That's the captain for you.
Oo. Martinez now to serve. Full front line for FEU. Up by 3 ang Tamaraws dito sa ating first set. Andahar chooses Rui Ventura, flying from the back line.
And don't forget about this guy. Kahit nasa harap si Noel Campton, the distribution of the sets, talagang ang daming mapupuntahan.
Ganda ng lipad galing sa likod. He's also a lefty. Speaking of lefties, how about 6 for 6 on offense for Drake Saavedra?
DLSU, nagbigay ng back row kay Rui. May sagot din tong FEU with the opposite hitter.
Battle of the lefties. And at this point, sasabihin ng FEU sa atin, Ana, okay lang makipagpalitan ng puntos. Labang sila ng 3 eh.
And that's also a luxury.
Yeah. Talisayan. Off the net once again. Andahar on the delay to Ventura. Boy, Rui Ventura's got 3 points already today.
And you can't leave one blocker with Rui.
Oo.
Alam niya paano i-pwesto yung katawan niya to get a good angle.
Again, we're talking about some volleyball genes already. Rui Ventura, of course, the son of Michelle Datuin, who used to play middle blocker for La Salle. Pero ito nga sa'yo, yung arch nemesis niya dati, Charo Soriano. That's really going back in time.
Naku, 10 years yun.
Yeah. Hernandez still cannot score. Saavedra, 7 for 7. Are you kidding me? What a start for Drake Saavedra.
Saka ang laki ng ngiti ni Drix.
Oo.
Minsan lang yan mag-react eh.
Pero minsan ka lang 7 for 7. Wala ka pang minti sa opensa.
I mean, it's the championships
Ah,
game
you
3.
better, yeah.
Hindi pwedeng ibigay to.
And again, FEU very content to exchange points with La Salle at this point.
They already got the first game. So, alam mo yun, may chance. Alam nilang kaya nila.
Yep. Not a good reception by Campton, but Rui Ventura with the answer for La Salle.
It's an opposite versus opposite.
And we're going to have Eugene Gloria, who started a lot for La Salle. In fact, Eugene Gloria played so much for La Salle before dumating si Yoyong Mendoza. He's the second leading scorer coming in.
I've seen what this guy can do when
Yep.
it comes to attacks. Very intense spiker din. Kahit hindi siya ganun katangkad compared to his opponents as an open spiker.
He's now the serve specialist. And there is Joshua Magalaman with a block point.
LaSalle is just full with their defense, mapablocking or floor.
And that's so tough. Ano? Yung Rui Ventura is 6 feet tall. Joshua Magalaman is about 6'6". Diba? Hirap magpalusot ng bola dyan.
Pag tinatabihan ko nga sila, feeling ko maliit lang sila from afar. Pero pagkatabi mo ang tatangkad, kahit yung tingin mo maliit, matangkad.
Saavedra, that's the first time he's been denied. Eman Hernandez, nabawi naman ni Saavedra on the defensive end. Look at the block of the set. And that was more of Saavedra than it was Lyric Martinez grab. Block of the set. Saavedra with 8 points. He's gotten almost half of his team's output. Dagdagan pa ng ace. Sabi ni Guerrero, wag muna. Pero sabi naman ni Bituin, I am a flying star.
Flying na, shooting pa, lahat na.
Timeout called by Joe Roques. LaSalle is down by 3.
Tatlo. Ha? Hey, go. Ayan. Diyos, dito. Tulong. Ha? Meron ka pa isa dito. Nandito pa si ano? Iman. Ha? Si Noel. Noel. Back row. Dito. Butas. Ha? Wag na ipagbigay.
I'm actually quite surprised that LaSalle has not gone to the back row option. Kasi nandun nga si Noel Campton sa likod.
Kasi in the case of LaSalle, ang tagal na wala ni Noel, so they had to learn to survive without him. So it's working very well kasi ang daming nag-step up.
Saavedra. Campton with a good reception. Ventura again! Panipis na ng panipis yung cross-court ni Rui, ha?
Mamaya, dito na din yan sa net. Gugulong na lang.
And that is now going to cut the FEU lead down to 2. Let's see if Rui Ventura can continue trimming that lead from the service line. Benny, back set, 8 out of 9. 8 out of 9 for Nick Saavedra in this opening set.
Parang ano, si Drix, dapat nickname niya Midas.
Bakit?
Everything he touches turns to gold.
Eh, sana pati yung gold medal makuha nila, di ba?
Malay mo,
Pag naging
malay
ginto
mo.
yung bolang yan, nagupi ko, kasalanan mo yan.
Kukunin ko.
Running attack, Magalaman.
Magalaman.
Right. LaSalle is still sticking close. Only down by 2.
Kanina 3 yun.
Yeah.
Ngayon 2 na lang. Unti-unti na silang nakaka-keep
Yung
up.
force field kanina, no? Eman Hernandez has a wicked jump serve. Too strong. LaSalle is out of timeouts, by the way.
FEU just has to close this. 2 points to win the set.
Lyric Mendoza up to serve. Magalaman talaga tinarget ni Adahare. Sinundan niya agad kung saan pupunta eh.
Kasi maganda na yung pinakita niya sa attack. So, mas may confidence na din kung si Atahari bigay kay Magalaman.
2 points away ang FEU from claiming set number 1. LaSalle is 2 points behind FEU. They'll go to Talisayan. Cross court once again. Magalaman, hinabol na. That's too wild for Campton who has to get it across. Talisayan finding the corner.
LaSalle is gonna call for a video challenge. Ball in, ball out.
Dikit na dikit yun. It looked in from our angle. Ana, pero sa sobrang bilis, hindi na natin alam kung totoo yun.
I will trust the camera for this challenge.
That's also a free timeout na rin para dito sa magkabilang kupunan.
Naubusan din kasi ng timeout si
LaSalle.
Coach.
No, but that's a valid challenge nga. Sobrang bilis ng bola. Hindi natin alam kung ball in, ball out, or ball went to IC. It's in. Walang kaduda-duda.
Ball in.
So LaSalle is going to lose one challenge.
Shout out pala kay Sara Asido and Sue Roses.
Oh, kanina yung Suro. Magkasama na sila ngayon. Ayos na.
Naghihintay ng Jangnan.
Ay, kayo, sunduin nyo kami rito. Kayong dalawa. Punta tayong Jangnan. Set point, FEU. Benny Martinez, the former backup turned superstar starter. Almost gets the ace. Delayed set, Ventura. Kept alive by De Guzman. Combination, Talisayan. Kept alive by Guerrero. Back row, Ventura!
Alam niya. Gamay na gamay niya yung bola.
How about the trust as well? Given to a back row attacker. Galing dito kay Eco Adahar. And Edor Julio is gonna talk things over.
Depensa. Block. Kung nasan yung bola, doon nakatingin yan. Hindi sa spiker nakatingin. Middle yan, ha? Saan ngayon ang atake? Sarado block. Tapos sarado block. Ganyan, cross court. Hindi libero yan, ha? Kung sino yan, bahala siya sa buhay niya. Pero ito, libero yan dyan. Saan ngayon ang daan ng bola? Hindi singit, pare. Hindi dyan. Doon, sa kabila. Okay? Kunin natin yung isa!
Sino man yan, bahala siya sa buhay niya. Gotta love it. One set point saved by Salle. And now a full front line for the Green Spikers. As Eco Adahar is now serving. Saavedra gets it through. 90% on offense for Drick Saavedra in the first set. As the Far Eastern University take it 25 to 22. 9 out of 10 on attacks for the opposite hitter for the Tamaraos as we move into set number 2 in just a few moments. Back with us here at the Field Sports Arena. 25-22, nakuha po ng FEU ang first set. Grabe ang performance so far nitong si Drick Saavedra. Only denied once in that first set. going 9 out of 10 sa kanyang atake. Pero ang pambawi naman, Noel Campton and Rui Ventura para sa Lasal.
Grabe yung pinakita sa atin ng FEU in the first set. They maintained their tempo. Nung nakauna sila ng 2 points, inalagaan nila and made sure that hindi makahabol ng Lasal yun. But Lasal also had the defense problem. Whenever FEU had an attack, hindi sila makasagot. FEU had 20 attacks. Mahirapan talaga yung Lasal to recover with defense. But, you know, Lasal also had attackers with Rui Ventura, with Noel Campton. And Magalaman, tumutulong na din siya eventually. And he also contributed to the blocking na nakuha ng points ng Lasal, which is 3, and FEU had 2. And the errors, ang minimal ng errors ng both teams. Mostly, actually, Lasal, onti lang 3 points lang yung binigay nila. But FEU had 6. But, you know, I think mahirapan yung FEU if the moment na mabagalan sila dun sa tempo that they let go, I think Lasal will take advantage of that and
actually,
mahirapan.
I was about to point out, Lasal actually played a lot better towards the end of that first set. So yun ang pinoproblema ngayon ng FEU. Kasi nasindihan na yung miksa ng Lasal. If they played as well as they did towards the latter part of that first set, FEU is in trouble, especially if Rui Ventura continues to become unmarked.
It's a Ventura problem for FEU.
Rui able to get the first point for Lasal. Noel Campton minimal nga, parang 2 points lang yata si Noel Campton ng first set eh.
I think he has a more contribution in terms of leading his teammates. Yung have with a solid foundation or rock inside the court makes a lot of difference, lalo na pag nayayanig yung mga perspective ng mga bata.
Well, Noel Campton is the only member of the national team on Lasal. Actually, si FEU wala nga eh. Walang member ng national team dito. Again, if you're just joining us, Noel Campton joined the team last Wednesday straight from the airport to the Field Sports Arena. Ventura finds the corner again. And on almost zero sleep, naka 9 points pa si Campton. Came in late in the third set and helped Lasal win it in 4. Now he says he's had 12 hours of sleep. Nararamdaman pa rin niya yung jet lag, pero at least ngayon nakatulog na siya.
Better. Kahit papano. And that's obscene. Have you seen that? I've seen that.
Sabihin ko sana, that was an obscene hit by obscene.
Obscene.
Layo nyo nga muna yung kape kaya nagupit. Yun na lang siguro pwede natin gawin.
Or sponsoran nyo na lang.
2-all. Adahar, Ventura again! Boy, if Rick Saavedra was on fire in the first set, Ventura is translating that from first to second.
I mean, Adahar feels the heat coming from this side of the court, so patuloy niyang binibigyan and firing. Firing it up. Let's go.
Ventura on the serve. Pati yun, munti ka na magka-ace. Ceballos chases it down. Adahar on the run is Joshua Magalaman.
I mean, Between already knew where it was gonna go, but di kinaya ng single blocking na FEU, yung running attack ni Magalaman.
Tallest guy on the floor at 6'6".
I can't wait for him to fully realize what he's capable of.
I can't wait for FEU to bring in another 6'6" guy. Para tapatan siya. Itong si Dula and Donggala. And Donggala, of course, played a lot. So Saavedra is up to serve.
Malalim din yung bangko ni Coach Ed. Madaming pwedeng hugutin in all positions.
Still have your veterans there in Codilla and Cacao if you need them. Between. Challenged at the net. Nag-respond pinamigay. Echo, where does he go? He goes to Magalaman once again.
I think FEU is having a problem pagdating sa depensa on this side of the court. Maparunning man ni Magalaman or Rui Ventura attacking. Nahihirapan basahin yung FEU with the
Well, I'm
defense.
telling you, the way Lasal played towards the end of the first set is the way they're playing now. But muntik na nilang nahabol ang FEU nun.
It's just getting more and more exciting. Set 2 pa lang po tayo.
Right? Saavedra, turn back. Mendoza misses.
That was a miscalculation kasi masyadong buka na sa net yung over-receive.
Minsan masyado kong bilib din sa athleticism mo. Kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera. Earlier today, the University of Santo Tomas needed 4 sets to win the women's title against FEU. Cassie Carvalho was the finals MVP. Dito, kanino kaya mapupunta ang gintong medalya? Drix Saavedra is 10 for 12 today.
Nagpaparinig siya sa'yo.
10 for 12 naman.
Sabi niya, baka ako.
Grabing attack prowess talaga nito si Saavedra. At medyo tinitipid po yung bigay sa kanya rito sa second set, ha? Lyric. Captain. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Adahar. Lumaban si Absin. They go to the back row for Hernandez. Absin, tulak. Campton over the defense, kept alive. Martinez. Campton third time around, and now he almost decapitates Saavedra.
Sabi niya, tama na yung mga drop ball.
Ang liit na lang ng puwang. And Noel Campton, the national team member, wants to get things going. La Salle 9, FEU 6. Charles Absin.
Did you see that?
I've seen it. Ikaw talaga. Numa-ride on na lang ako eh. Nakakadalawang malaking kapikan eh.
Madami pa tayong dapat makita dahil second set pa lang tayo and it's 7 serving 9.
Martinez. Into the net. Well, Campton will now serve. Former perpetual help player actually to si Noel Campton. Before he moved over to La Salle, made his presence felt in the beach volleyball program bago lumipat sa indoor program.
I actually remember this guy na maliit pa talaga siya, as in grade school pa. He was already a star player for the men's.
Lalaro na yun sa ano yan, sa perpetual help ng araw. Now we're gonna have a timeout call, or challenge rather. Ball in, ball out challenge for the Tamaraos. Again, pagdating sa mga challenges po dito, you are allowed 2 unsuccessful ones. Kasi pag successful ka, unli yan eh. Pag successful ka ng unsuccessful.
So you can keep challenging it.
Pero sabi nga ni Commissioner Sherwin Malonzo, pag naka-6 na sunod ka, may kailangan ng palitan na line judge. That's out. So that is an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Edor Culio and the Tamaraos. La Salle with its biggest lead of the game so far. It's serve again by Campton. Saavedra. 11 of 13. Siya na lang ang binibilang ko eh. Sobrang efficient.
I think kailangan siyang bigyan ng more attacks kasi it really works. But it could also be a play nitong si Benny. We have to trust him as a playmaker.
Yung ginagawa nga ni Benny, tinitipid niya ibigay kay Saavedra ngayon.
Para sure na once he gives it to him,
Oh, hoy!
focus.
Oh, Jelor Talisayan woke up on the right side of the bed today.
That's your sturdy captain for you.
And our grab ace of the set from Jelor the Star Lord. Guerrero gets to that. Ventura!
Hindi mo talaga pwedeng iwanan si Louie na mag-isa yung blocker mo.
Napakabilis ng execution ni Rui.
Tsaka yung angle ng pagpasok niya.
Right.
Iba din. Ay, naku, nahawakan.
Tama kay Ceballos, iniwasan na ni Talisayan. Lasal once again up by 4.
Yung pattern dito, kapag naiwan na talaga naiwan mo na yung kalaban mo, mahirap nang mag-bounce back.
Pero FEU medyo may kaagahan pa ito, so they can still make a comeback. And a mishit by Absin turns into a point for the Tamaraws. Ten serving 13.
Serving for FEU, Charles Hapsin.
May inumin din na Absin. Absinthe naman.
Naku, parang ano yun, may tama.
Mukhang may history ka na kay Absinthe. Bituin! Denied by Magalaman!
Parang nahihirapan si Between
You shall not pass. Grab block of the set.
no entry pa siya ngayon.
Yep. And LaSalle again, as we mentioned earlier, played well towards the end of the first set, and they're playing like it again right now. Lyric Mendoza ng gulat.
I really like the plays of itong si Lyric. Very simple, but very efficient as well.
Nararamdaman mo ikaw yung middle, ano na nabigyan?
Na-feel ko yung powers.
Ano
Tsaka
kasi
they don't
kayo na,
expect.
6 na sunod na talon. Pampito, bibigyan kayo, alanganin pa.
Story of our lives. Tsaka yung bira din siyang bigyan, so nagugulat din yung kalaban.
Hindi, nagugulat din yung middle block na binigyan.
Always ready ang title ng mga middle attackers.
Yan. Hernandez. Good serve. Martinez on the back set. Papunta kay Saavedra. And again, I keep reiterating this. Saavedra is now 12 of 14. Very efficient attacking today.
Tsaka yung palo niya in that sequence, it was just the right tempo na hindi ganun kalakas pero easy point kasi pinadaan lang sa blocker.
Easy reception there by Campton. He will attack. And the block is going to go out for Mendoza. Second technical timeout now finds the Green Spikers up by 4, 16-12. Back with us here at the Phil Sports Arena, and finally we get to hear the voice of Megan Cabrera.
No welcome, Ton. Always a welcome presence on the team. Says he is serving more of a support role here for the Green Spikers dahil alam niya ang binuo ng DLSU habang wala siya and he wants to allow his teammates to shine. Napakita nga raw ng mga juniors na yung trinabaho nila and they are out to prove themselves. Now, we often see intensity from Noel. Minsan nga raw nananaig yung frustration sa laro, lalo na pag nagkakamali siya. But he shares that a lesson from Alas that he brings to DLSU now is positivity and how fast he recovers from errors. Noel and Ana.
And how fast he recovers from the jet lag as well. You can't recover from the jet lag in one day.
Importante din talaga yung recovery, not just with the body but mentally.
Yeah.
Because you can't dwell on things.
Oo.
Kailangan talaga move on ka agad kasi sa volleyball, bawi agad sa next play. Importante yung bawi.
Well, Noel Captain is 24 years old, so he's got a lot of experience already under his belt. But some players are just more emotional than others.
And that's what you have to learn to control.
Oo. Echo. Campton.
Actually, dito sa FEU, very stoic. Yung mga players dito, makikita mo kahit nakapuntos, ano lang, smile lang na maliit.
Except si Talisayan, he really lets you know he scores.
And you need that balance also in your team.
Martinez, Absin. Campton again. At the heart goes to Ventura this time. Better net defense now by FEU. Rui. Over the defense, kept alive by Absin. Back set, Saavedra. Kept alive, not for long. Rick Saavedra is 13 of 15 in this game.
What a teamwork displayed by FEU in that sequence.
14 points in the game.
So kasi Talisayan, basa niya, like, maganda yung pagbasa niya dun sa attack ni Ventura.
Right.
Kahit siya lang mag-isa, nakakaya niya compared to when si Between does it.
Well, he's part of the full front line, talking about Jelor Talisayan. Martinez. Adahar, back set, Ventura. Talisayan, yes!
That's a best open hitter for you.
And LaSalle's lead is down to 2. Timeout, Joe Roque.
Ibigay nila, hindi naman nagdudulo. Kapos, kailangan lang tumiming tayo sa block. Okay? Pwede ka naman play. Kaya magka-video lang sasabay dyan. Middle! Talon! Okay? Noel! Coach! Dos! Louie, bahala ka na.
Go, isa muna, pasa muna
Iman!
tayo.
Nasa likod ka, Iman, di ba? Nasa likod ka.
Yan ang magandang part eh. Rui, bahala ka na.
But bantay siya ni J. Lord.
And Mr. Ricky Palou, always present. Mapa PVL yan, Mapa P-League. President
Parang
of Sports Vision.
In awe din siya sa
Yep.
mga nangyayari.
Hindi na kita naririnig, to be honest with you.
Grabe yung cheering squad natin in Paco Arena. FEU, UST, DLSU, lahat nandito present.
Dito kasi pwede na magdala ng drums eh. Sa Paco, bawal kasi maliit eh. Martinez. Adahar, back set, Ventura, denied by Jelor Talisayan.
That's what I told you. Alam niya. Alam niya kung paano i-block si Rui Ventura.
Taas kamay din si Edor Culio after that defensive stop by his captain. And it's down to a 1-point lead. From a high of 4. The full front line still working for FEU. Until the service error, Benny Martinez.
That's the second service error ni Benny for this set.
Noel Campton wants to restore order para sa LaSalle.
Serving for the Green Spikers, Noel Capton.
Jump float this time. Martinez. Again, Saavedra. 14 of 16. Are you kidding me?
Ito yung opposite na hindi pa nababantayan ng
Oo.
blocker.
At sa lagay ngayon, hindi pa siya masyadong binibigyan. Talagang pilim-pili ang mga set ni Martinez para kay Saavedra.
Actually, in that sequence, medyo malayo sa net yung set sa kanya, but he just finds a way.
Right. Adahar, Ventura, pambawi. Every time that Saavedra scores, Ventura tries to get it back.
Nagsasagutan.
19-17 LaSalle. Eric Layug. And a delayed set and great hang time for Charles Absin.
They were expecting si J. Lord yung papalo.
And Yun na naman, yung binigyan yung middle blocker at the right time.
This guy has been attacking very well. Maganda din yung percentage niya so
Yep.
far in this game.
Minsan din lang mabigyan eh. Magalaman, turn back. Save. Labas na daw. At tinatanong ni Guerrero bakit hindi pwede. Yung balik ba was behind the antenna or in front of the antenna? Nevertheless, they call it out.
Wala akong pang video challenge internally.
Sa hindi rin pwede video challenge yun eh. Unless tumama sa antenna. Score is tied at 19. LaSalle's once mighty 4-point lead is gone. Back set, Saavedra. Third time he's been denied. Saavedra, unti-unti na nagbabalance out. And that is Saavedra with a net violation.
Nanggigil na siya.
Right.
Third time na daw kasi. Yung percentage niya nababawasan.
That's still a high percentage. 14 out of 19.
Good call on LaSalle side.
Eugene Gloria now serving the role of serve specialist.
Maganda din yung floor defense ni Eugene Gloria.
Yes. Between Guerrero. Could not keep it in play. Natabla na naman ang FEU score, 20 all. And Rui Ventura is going to check back in for Eugene Gloria. Saavedra with 15 in the game. Hernandez has been quiet for LaSalle. Hit to win. Too strong. And everybody on the floor is saying block touch. Nasabi ng LaSalle, wala daw nakatapik. So this will now go to the video challenge. Tanda natin, FEU already lost one challenge earlier.
So if they aren't successful again with this challenge, wala nang challenge for the set.
This also buys time for Ed Orculio to talk to his boys.
They're 20 all.
That's in the balance right now. Kaya nga very important na itong mga challenges na parating. Now again, if FEU gets this wrong, they're out of challenges for the remainder of the set. And if something more material happens, I'm not sure about this one though. Tumama ba? Parang hindi nagbago pihit ng bola eh. Although, no. And Ed Orculio is beside himself. Ed Orculio has approached our table officials already. And Talisayan is going to be warned by first referee Joven Racelis.
And
Wag mo na uulitin yan.
he already knows.
We've known Edison Orculio for a lot of years already. He will openly defy the officials.
We're at 21 serving 20 in the second set.
Pagod na po yata si Ana Cupico sa intensity nitong ating laban. Martinez can't convert. Adahar goes to Campton, gets it off the block. 2-point lead now for LaSalle.
I also like how Maynard Guerrero supporting his teammates.
Siya talagang pumupulot ng lahat. Timeout FEU, down by 2.
naman eh, makakahabol tayo eh. Ngayon, kailangan padaanin natin mismo sa'yo. Sa'yo dapat makita yung block eh. Ngayon, ang gawin natin, isara natin yun. Okay? Pag yan naging sarado yung block, ang gawin natin, sugurin nyo ha. Kasi sigurado yun, off spin o kaya drop ball. Yung off spin, pare, pag yun nakapatay sa atin, may problema tayo sa baba. Eh, tibay ng depensa natin eh. Okay, klaro tayo. Okay, balikan ng bola. Tumila ka dun sa likod para may iwan sa bata.
Side out lang, men. Side out lang.
Okay.
Hey, FEU!
Want to exercise all options. Sobrang dikit na naman itong ating second set.
Wala na nga akong masabi.
Ilan pa ng kape? Pwede na ulit.
22-20. Kanina, 20 all na.
Yep. And now, Eman Hernandez. They go to a combination play, but Adahar is able to get the block point. Second block point for the South Center.
Nahirapan talaga si Between to penetrate the blocking of Lasal.
Time on again for FEU.
Diba? O nakuha mo, ilan nakuha mo block? Dalawa. Tapos single block. Eh meron pang dalawang mamamalo. Diba? May receive naman eh. Tapos na block, pare anong gagawin? Cover. Ha? Paano naiwan tayo lahat ng dito? Walang tao doon sa kabila. Baka dapat mag-adjust yung outside man sa likod. Okay? Tara, let's go.
Side out lang.
Hey, kaya yan!
Three unanswered points now for the Green Spikers. Tanda po natin, FEU took set number 1. And LaSalle would like nothing better than to tie things up on the serve of Eman Hernandez.
You know, if si Jailer Talisayan has already marked Louis Ventura's attacks,
Right.
etong si Adahar has marked Between's attacks.
Yung pa isa.
Hirap na hirap talaga si Between to convert a point because yung blocker niya, kabisado na siya.
And that will be a service ace for LaSalle.
We're now at set point.
That's gonna bring in Mico Espartero to replace muna itong si Ahmet Bituin. Espartero had a few starts for FEU towards the beginning of the season.
Also a rookie.
Yep. Eman Hernandez serving for the set. We'll have to wait.
Lucky break for FEU, and now they can't afford to make a mistake. Especially set point na.
Si Nico Espartero pa talaga, first guy off the bench. Gonna be tasked with a serve. As FEU is down 3 set points. Oh, that's a miss.
Looks like something is turning around. Ito na yung mga exciting part pag nahahabol yung score na 24.
And this is where you tense up a bit if you're LaSalle. Timeout, Joe Roque.
Ito, alam niya, hindi kayo nagkasundo. Oh, doon ka na sa likod. Okay? If ever may talon, pwede ka mag-drop dito. Okay? Kaya unahan mo na. Joel, ikaw nasa harap, di ba? Oh. Kaya sabi ko, hindi kailangan malakas, unahan lang to. Dahil tinatimingan ka, kung kaya mo unahan. Meron ka pa naman dito. Okay, tatlo pa rin spider mo, ha? Isa pasa. Bunin natin to. Let's go, Animo!
So FEU with back-to-back points after LaSalle went on a 4-0 run. LaSalle needs only one more point to secure the second set. Kaya pa bang habulin ito ng Tamaraos? Nico Espartero.
Still serving Nico Espartero.
A 20-year-old freshman. Adahar. Canton. Kept alive. Martinez back, sets Saavedra. Still kept alive. And now our line judges say that it's out. And Edward Julio ran into the line judge.
Grabe yung save.
Teka ngayon, tinawag ni Joven Racelis. Yung line judge natin for clarification. So the point has been awarded to FEU.
Kasi they tried to save the ball over dig. Napunta na nga dito sa side natin and then alanganin yung angle when they tried to hit the third ball over.
Not quite sure what the discussion is, as referee Joven Racelis has summoned the captains. It looks like another card. Yellow card will be called on Edison Orculio. Earlier was a delay. And now it's a misconduct yellow card. I believe Edison Orculio ran into the line judge. Kaya nagkaroon ng yellow card for misconduct. But the point of the matter is FEU has saved 2 set points. And Davis tie it up! Service ace for Nicolas Bartolo.
That's a very crucial point for Salle. Ngayon, they're tied up and si Guerrero pa yung nagkamali.
Exactly. Tinarget pa yung libero. Espartero has saved all the set points. Can they get the set point? That's going to be a point. Oh, overreach. Reaching beyond the net on Talisayan. Talisayan has been told to go back to his position. Edward Julio with one ditch effort para ireklamo. But LaSalle at set point once again.
Hirap din kasing masabi kung lahat sila nakalipad sa ere.
They're gonna go to the back. Kept alive by Ceballos. Martinez. Lyric Mendoza puts it away. Tied at 25.
Wala na akong masabi talaga. Grabe yung mga pinapakita ng mga atleta natin ngayon.
And the FEU crowd, who I believe Megan Cabrera said came in 3 buses. I'm not sure we're going to report that later. But they are loving it. FEU has been playing catch-up buong second set. Martinez goes to the back. Saavedra, yes! Quick Saavedra gives FEU set point. We have a football challenge from LaSalle. That's from the attack line.
Porsyento mo eh.
Yes. Pero again, may point ba ang LaSalle dito? Pag tumapa ka dyan sa attack line, that's gonna be an illegal attack.
But FEU's cheerers are chanting, isa na lang. Ready na din sila for the confetti.
Binawi na, 25 ball eh. Binawi na. Titignan natin ngayon from the challenge if there was a foot fault, and yes, there was. Oh no, check that. The foot fault, nakatapak ito si Talisay, so there is no foot fault. Akala ng LaSalle, yung paa ni Talisayan was the one in question. It turns out Saavedra was way behind. One more point.
Now it's FEU at set point.
Lyric puts it in. Oh, denial, but it's out. Can they challenge this? Sabi ni Absin, yes, out nga.
back at 26 all.
Yep. Now race to 28. Importante rito, full front line ng Lasal with Campton, Ventura, and Layug. Back set. Ay, nataplisan si Adahar!
Drix is unstoppable.
I've lost count. I think he's got 17 in the game already. I've lost count already. And now it's FEU with the full front line. Absin, Talisayan, Saavedra on the serve of Martinez for the set. Adahar, Campton, oh, the block is in! FEU was down 4 set points, and they come back to take it 28 to 26 in set number 2. And now the Tamaraws lead 2 sets to nothing out of Gupico.
Look at that replay. Baon na ni Campton yung lahat ng puwersa na
Right.
kaya niya.
And Orgullo celebrating with the Tamaraws, but it's still not over. FEU now up 2 sets to nothing. (24-20) lamang pong Lasal, 4 na set points, and then FEU comes back and takes the second set 28-26, and it was because of excellent defense towards the end. Rui Ventura still waxing hot, pero ang dami ng tumutulong ngayon kay Drix Saavedra sa FEU, Ana.
When it comes to blocking, talagang nag-improve din yung pagtulong ni J. Lord dun sa pag-block na kay Rui. I think that was very crucial because Rui was turning out to be the percento spiker of Lasal, and FEU was able to put a stop to that in the form of J. Lord Talisayan.
And look at these numbers. Coming back from the second set rather. Attack points, FEU nga nakakuha nun. But again, the errors have been really, really telling for the Tamaraws. They gotta do something about that.
And they did. Hinabol nila when it comes to attacks and blocking during the end of that set because they had 3 blocks towards the end pa lang yun. So, napantayan nila yung blocking ng Lasal at that time, and both teams also has 2 service aces, and when it comes to opponent errors, Lasal had a minimum of 5 errors during that set.
Mababa nga yun compared to what has been going on so far in this game. More than 10,000 viewers na po tayo on YouTube as we greet everybody's watching us on our social media platforms. Pati na rin ang mga kaibigan natin from across the globe. Vegas Plus at VegasPlus.us, PhilAmp TV, Vegas Live TV Live, and Vegas Live TV, as well as our friends in the Philippines on Solar Sports. Thank you for joining us, Noel Zarate, Ana Gupico, with Megan Cabrera patrolling the sidelines. One more set required for the Far Eastern University to be called the new champions of the V-League. But LaSalle says, you ain't got 3 sets yet, guys. We gotta get this done in 5.
Wow, ganyan talaga. Kasi
Kanina ka pa,
American nasa
absent.
Vegas.
Vegas na pinag-uusapan natin.
Actually, malaki yung community ng volleyball players
you
na
bet.
Filipino
Yep.
in America.
That's right. Saavedra continues to be the #1 option as FEU opens the 3rd set with the first point. Jelor Talisayan, the captain.
So far, the momentum is still on FEU's side. They're doing the same things that's making them win the sets.
Ventura denied that time. Low set, but still converted by Charles Absin.
We also have a new face in LaSalle. We have number 22, Joshua Rodriguez.
And we are going to look at our attack of the set brought to us by Jiangnan. Hatmat ba? Takna sa Jiangnan. Talisayan. Captain has been his target. Captain now attacks. Guzman getting it across. Back set, Ventura lost his footing. Martinez back set, Saavedra again! Trick Saavedra has been almost automatic today.
I think he's on autopilot.
Pwede rin.
Talagang lahat ng ginagawa niya,
He's got to have at least 20 already.
calculated eh.
Yep.
Parang machine.
3-0 FEU. Back set, Ventura, finally a point for LaSalle. Again, Rui Ventura almost shut down in the 3rd or in the 2nd set. As we're going to have a setting change, the veteran Fox Poquita is going to come in for the first time.
We're gonna see a lot of new decision-making and playmaking with Jean Poquita in court.
AKA Pox. Yun na lang nga, Pox.
Fox Poquita.
Yep. Captain too strong. 4-1 FEU.
FEU now has a 3-point lead.
Tanda natin for FEU as we're gonna have Eugene Gloria come back in to replace Noel Canton. So, Coach Joe Roque mixing it up a bit. Tanda natin for FEU, they don't have the Martin Bugawan in the lineup. Absin has really absorbed that spot. Poquita. Rodriguez no look. The delay. Iba na ang mahaba. Lyric Mendoza. Parang plastic man yung tira niya nun eh.
He's just showing etong si Rodriguez how it's really done.
Oo. Pababa na siya nung nahampas niya. A 5-1 lead for the Tamaraws.
Sabi niya, ginto.
Absin with a good one. Emma Hernandez is denied by Lyric Mendoza.
I'm telling you, this guy is a silent killer.
Oo. Take a look at the grab block of the set. Lyric Mendoza got all of that. And a timeout called by LaSalle.
Kailangan mo na makapasa tayo. Okay, makapasa. Gigil. Masyadong gigil. Pangalawa, ito yung blocker mo. Umbis na dito, pag ganun pa rin. Okay, sabi ko nga, ganyan, di ba? Paano sila umatake? Ganyan din eh. Oh, Paano ka lulusot? Tara!
Well, again, LaSalle has to just piece it together point by point. There's no such thing as a 4-point shot in volleyball.
Wala eh, kailangan isa-isahin yun.
Kaya nga bibilib ko sa mga gumagawa ng 30 sa volleyball kasi pa isa-isa yun eh. Hindi katulad sa basketball, 2 points, 2 points, di ba? 3 points wins. Kaya nga may 4 points sa PBA. So, dito
isa pa din.
At a time.
At saka kahit anong gawin mo, team effort, group effort.
Exactly.
Pag walang pumapatay,
Kaya
hindi ka
isipin mo yung ginawa ni Marina Toshova na nakapag 50 points siya in one game.
ano yata yun eh. Parang free spike.
Uh-oh. Problems with the reception. Ventura, cross court again. Dug up this time by Saavedra. Martinez somehow sets it over to Espartero. Hernandez off the block. Nicely done.
So far, box sets are working for the attackers of LaSalle.
I'm not quite sure if FEU would like to go to Ariel Cacao, but that might not be such a bad idea. So far, though, Benny Martinez has been holding his own. As Rodriguez will now serve. Ceballos, Saavedra, off the block again. Saavedra, hindi kailangan patay yung bola eh. Hindi kailangan baon, pinapadaan lang yan sa kamay. It's still effective.
Kanina pa niya actually ginagawa yun na alam naman natin what he's capable of. Kung brasuhan lang naman yung dito, yung game dito, kayang-kaya niya.
Yes.
But now he knows how to do an off-speed that will do the same. So less effort, but the same results.
Exactly, and the smarts to attack the hands also. Pahiga na halos sa Saavedra doon. Back set ngayon, Patres para dito kay Hernandez. Galing likod, Talisayan, Poquita. Menard Guerrero, setting it up for Rui Ventura. Martinez on the back set, Saavedra again. Poquita keeps it alive. Magalaman with the back set to Eman Hernandez. And Hernandez gets it off the hand.
What a step by Magalaman.
Yes. As your 6'6" center.
Kayang mag-back set.
Oo.
Ito yung nakikita natin sa LaSalle ngayon. Inuunti-unti nila. They're doing it step by step. Being careful and just taking care of the ball.
Tandaan natin, LaSalle won 4 straight before FEU gave them their first loss. And they are the defending champions. Of course, may mga ibang components na wala na sa kanilang lineup like a JM Ronquillo, not Del Pilar, but they are still pretty much in the same system and playing the same unit. But Nico Espartero, one of the newcomers for FEU, has given the Tamaraos a 4-point lead into technical timeout number 1 of set number 3. We'll be back. For FEU against LaSalle here in set number 3. Bato natin kay Megan Cabrera.
Noel, we have been talking about this crowd all game long and kanina nga nag-wave na sila. But this crowd of gold cheering on FEU, hindi to mga estudyante but these are actually members of the DN Steel Roofing Company, the main supporters of the Tamaraw. Coach Ed Orculio says that one of their motivations is the unwavering support of Miss Donabel Nang, even when it comes to manpower. And we see here about 250 people giving their energy for the team. And at the same time, gusto nga rin nilang ibawi ang FEU women's team. Sabi nga ni Coach Ed, mga kapatid nila yan at di nila ito basta-basta ipapatalo. Noel and
Well, they're doing a good job so far, Megan. They're up by 2 sets to nothing kontra dito sa LaSalle. But again, those little errors, tandaan natin, LaSalle already with just 1 error. FEU may 3 errors na dito sa set na to.
And 1 error can make a lot of difference.
Right.
Kanina, nangyari na yun sa FEU. Ang dami nilang binigay. But the moment na itong LaSalle gave an unforced error, itong FEU, talagang kinuha nila yun. They took advantage.
LaSalle's net defense starting to improve. Eugene Gloria can't put it away. Benny Martinez on the back set. Rick Saavedra. Binuhay naman ni Guerrero. Pamimigay ni Gloria. Chance here for the Tamaraos. Lyric Mendoza can't score. Gloria cross court. Nicely done. Coming into this game, Eugene Gloria was the second highest scorer for LaSalle with 116 combined points. Ngayon, kakailanganin ng opensa niya.
Tsaka, yan talaga yung expertise niya, yung mga pihit
Yep.
dun sa cross-court.
Lead of FEU down to 2.
Actually, itong si Gloria and si Hernandez, medyo similar yung kilos nila when it comes to attacks.
And that almost took my head off.
Ganon kabilis yung mga
Dumaan.
attacks.
That's a point to FEU. Of course, this is the final day of competition po dito sa V-League. Whoever wins tonight will be the champion. As Joshua Magalaman misses everything.
They're still figuring out yung chemistry nila inside the court. Kanina kasi maganda na yung chemistry ni Adahar and Magalaman.
Nailapit na nga nila sa 2 puntos yung abante ng FEU. Now
But
it's back to 4.
Magalaman has been contributing in terms of running attacks
Right.
kanina. So I think Pox needs to activate that connection.
Nag-uusap na nga yung dalawa ngayon. Guerrero. Fox in trouble. Gloria against 3. At sabi ni Absin. Akin na yan. Look at this block. The great wall of Moraita. Ayan.
Gloria couldn't do anything about that. Good performance from Absin
Right.
in this third set. Third game 3 pa of the finals.
And a 5-point lead for the Tamaraos. Ventura. He's the only one answering right now for LaSalle.
Hindi mo pala talagang pwedeng iwan si Ventura nang walang blocker.
Mapalikod, mapaharap. Nasa likod pa rin si Ventura ngayon as Magalaman is going to serve. Martinez, nailusot naman niya ni Absin. And again, I agree with you. Charles Absin is having a career game today. It's just being overshadowed by the tremendous performance of Rick Saavedra and yung support nitong si Jelor Talisayan.
It's a good day for FEU.
Yeah, so far, huh? Up by 5. Pokita in trouble again. And Talisayan converts. Joe Roque already used 1 timeout earlier.
Menard Guerrero needs to take over the defense of LaSalle. Kasi pangalawang over-receive na yun. That cost them 2 points.
All from Charles Absin, of course. It's Hernandez who does the receiving this time. Gloria against 2. Almost. Oh, it will work. Akala ko may aangat pa yun ni Saavedra.
Nagdalawang isip.
Lead down to 5. Here's Fox. He's strong.
LaSalle is looking defeated already.
Haba pa yan.
It's only 8:14. Kaya-kaya
Tama.
pa.
Mahaba pa yan.
Kanina nga yung FEU behind na
Down
behind.
4 set points yun, ha? Yung FEU.
Mind you, that was 24 pa set
Yup.
point.
24-20 ang abante ng LaSalle that time. Eugene Gloria. Ay! Hindi na nagkaintindihan na naman si Saavedra at saka si Martinez. Usually the center gets the second ball. Somebody else has to get the first one. Gloria serving.
Madami din kasing adjustment na kailangan gawin if you change your setter inside. Hindi lang yung setter yung nag-a-adjust, pero yung lahat.
Well, no such thing here for FEU as Nick Saavedra continues to go to town. Back to a 6-point lead.
15 serving 9. Serving Charles Absin.
Absin up to serve. Pokita on the back set to Ventura. Again, the lone source of income for La Salle is the 20-year-old Rui Ventura.
Serving 15. Serving for DLSU, JJ Rodriguez.
JJ Rodriguez. Over receive, but Ventura could not put it away. Saavedra again! Rick Saavedra restoring a 6-point lead for FEU into the second technical timeout of the third set. And the Tamaraw fans are going bananas here in the Phil Sports Arena. (16-10) FEU set number 3 action in championship game number 3. Megan Cabrera, what's up?
Coach Ed Orculio says first finals appearance nila ito bilang team along with the whole coaching staff. So while hindi lang naman daw bilang ng mga championships ang batayan sa galing ng team at coaches, a gold medal would be that icing on the cake that they earned dahil sinabi ni Coach Ed nakita niya lahat ng pinaghirapan at isinakripisyo ng mga players and even coaches niya. Now we know the history of FEU, their titles and their legacy, and Coach Ed wants his players to be a part of it na maramdaman nila ang championship and build their new championship culture here. Noel and Anna.
That's all about respect also. And FEU's always been like, sabi natin, third-tier team, fourth-tier team. But now going for a championship, and if they get this, they get the ultimate respect from the entire community. Rui Ventura now.
Grabe din yung maturity ng players ng FEU. I've seen them in the first parts of V-League. Alam mo, matatag na sila as a team, polished na, pero meron pa pala silang i-improve.
Including this kid who's been getting it done. Nico Espartero, tandaan natin, they don't have Martin Bugawan in their lineup. They also lost Andre Delicana before the start of the season. So those are two big names. Those are two starters na kailangan palitan ni Ed Orculio and make this a cohesive unit. And so far, it has been working up by 6 against the defending champions.
And he turned things around. Itong si Espartero,
Yeah.
the moment he stepped in, they got that 24-20 na iahon.
He's rewarded with some playing time here in the third set, although Pokita is able to get the point back, cutting the lead down to 5.
Si Pokita, ang bilis ng mata niya.
Yep.
Kita niya lahat na nangyayari sa court.
He was the starter for La Salle in all 14 games in the UAAP last season. Off the block, Talisayan. Gloria, too strong.
He was trying to go for that go-to attack that we all know.
18-12 FEU. Campton returns for Gloria. Mendoza serving for FEU.
18-12, serving Eric Mendoza.
Service out.
Looks like FEU is being comfortable with that.
Makapagpalitan ng
5 point.
FEU. Oh, yung mga ganyan. At this point, they just want to trade points. LaSalle needs to go on a run.
Tingin ko nadadala yung FEU ng mga supporters nila.
That's also a big help. Of course, tanda natin, 3 bus ang dala full of FEU supporters. And that is a denial at the net by Rodriguez. That's JJ. That cuts the lead down to 4. So hold your horses. Block points from the Cantigos score update. 2-1 in favor of FEU here in this set. Martinez, quick release from Absin.
This kid is also proving that he is making a mark for FEU as a consistent attacker.
What do we mean by kid? 21 years old.
Parang kid kasi lumipat yata siya from Ateneo. I remember.
He is 21 and he's about 6 feet tall.
Hindi na pala.
JJ. Captain lets it go out. Again, 19-15 FEU. Hindi pa ito tapos. As long as FEU does not get the 25th point, LaSalle is still fighting.
And we also have Rui Ventura back in front for LaSalle. Along with Noel.
Full front line. Habol si Guerrero. Poquita gives it up. Ceballos, Martinez. They go to Tani Sayan, net touch LaSalle. That's against Rui Ventura. Five-point lead for the Tamaraos. They can taste it.
Si Guerrero is having a headache kung paano ba nila maisasalba yung defense nila.
Has to start from the first ball, that's for sure. Serve is out.
We're now at 2016.
And if LaSalle can go on a run, it has to be now. Kasi pag nakipagpalitan sila further, palapit na palapit sa finish line ng FEU.
Hindi na nga run, sprint na.
Campton, good serve. Martinez back sets out. Ventura finds the line. Joe Roque is going to use his last timeout as FEU has reclaimed the 5-point lead, 21-16.
The spiker, di ba? Top the spiker. Sino nasa loob? JJ! Coach. Backward. Backward. Dito. Oo nga. Ay, dito galing. Tama-tama. Ganyan, di ba? Box! Box, box! Coach. Backward. Kunin niya to. Ipit dito. May option kaysa. Lulu. Magkadalawa yan eh. Isang blocker nyo ba? Dalayan natin.
De La Salle University 5 points behind FEU. The Tamaraos are 4 points away from the championship. Charles Absin has stepped up today. Captain, Poquita, no look to Hernandez. Martinez, Espartero can't score. Poquita on the back set, Campton from behind. Kept alive by FEU. Hernandez, yes!
Parang ang hirap din sa LaSalle na yung kalaban mo, magician. Naisalba pa yun, wow!
But that was a great team effort for the Tamaraos.
But good decision making with Fox.
As JJ Rodriguez sees the lead is down to 4. Pwede pang unti-untiin yan. Martinez, attack coming from Lyric Mendoza.
Na-surprise ako.
Gawa-gawa lang naman ni Ana Gupico noong araw yan. But that was a bullet from Lyric.
He's just singing his tune.
3 points away from the championship.
Pero ang ganda ng timing ni Benny. Alam na alam niya kung kailan niya ibibigay kay Lyric.
Poquita. Ventura is denied by Espartero. 2 points away from their first ever V-League Collegiate Challenge Championship.
LaSalle is having a blocker problem.
Yep.
Ang ganda ng blocking ng FEU. Hindi sila maka-penetrate at maka-convert.
Guerrero's doing his best. Hernandez finds an open zone 1. You've got to start somewhere. Louis Ventura. Tandaan natin, the second set was Mico Espartero who served out 4 set points.
Kakapasok pa lang niya nun.
Martinez, combination play! And even the defense of LaSalle can't move anymore.
With just 1 point left for FEU. We're at game point.
Match point, championship point, and the 20-year-old Mico Espartero serving for the championship.
Everybody's ready for the confetti!
And it's an ace!
Wow!
What a way to end it for the Far Eastern University! LaSalle is shocked!
That was Mico Espartero with the service ace! Championship point!
25-18 for FEU.
He really turned things around for FEU the moment he entered the court.
And heads held up high for the coaching staff of De La Salle University. Joe Roque, Arnold Laniog, Aaron Velez. They gave it their all. And at the end, it is the Far Eastern University taking their crown away in dramatic fashion in straight sets. Everybody will remember that second set, Ana Gupico. 24-20 na ang lamang ng LaSalle. It was theirs for the taking, but FEU never surrendered.
Alam nila what they wanted. It was clear to them that the goal is championship. It's gold.
And they do avenge the loss of their women's team earlier. Confirmation of our final score. Straight sets win para sa Far Eastern University. 25-22, 28-26 in that second set. At 25-18 for LaSalle again. Nothing to be ashamed of. They gave it their best. But our player of the game was just off the charts today.
Ito si Maidas. Siya yung ating player of the game. Everything he touched turned into gold. Ang taas ng percentage niya when it came to spiking. And you just know that when you give it to him, pupuntos.
They're talking about Rick Saavedra, who had at least 20 points in this game. And
Easily.
And he is our Jiangnan player of the game. Yan po si Rick Saavedra. Marami siyang ililibre dyan. But of course, we will have our award ceremony in just a few moments. Rick Saavedra, could he also be the finals MVP? We're gonna find out in just a few moments. Habang pinatanggal po yung ating net. But again, LaSalle gave it their best. Noel Campton was the hero coming up in game number 2. But in game number 3, it was all FEU. We'll have the award ceremony when we return.
the Director, Sports Vision Management Group. Mr. Carlo De La Peña, Event Manager, V-League Collegiate Challenge. And Mr. Tommy De La Vega of Grab, Philippines. A warm round of applause for our silver medalists, our De La Salle University Green Spikers. They're headed by their team captain, number 7, Menard Guerrero. Number 1, Oriel Mendoza. Number 2, Eric Paulo Layug. Number 3, Jericho Adahar. Number 4, RJ Magallanes. Number 5, Von Marata. Number 8, Diogenes Poquita. Number 9, Noel Campton. Number 10, Andre Espejo. Number 11, Eugene Gloria. Number 12, Simon Joseph Encarnacion. Number 15, Joshua Magalaman. Number 16, Jonathan De Castro. Number 17, Michael John Fortuna. Number 18, Chris Emmanuel Fernandez. Number 19, Sherwin Retiro. Number 20, Glenn Rui Ventura. Number 22, Joshua Jamiel Rodriguez. Number 23, Robert Flores. And number 25, Andre Jara Alcis. They are mentored by their head coach, Mr. Jose Roque. May we request our presenters to please stay for the awarding of the gold medal. Presenting our 2024 V-League Collegiate Challenge champions for the first time in the men's division, our Far Eastern University Tamaraws. Team captain is Jelord Talisayan, number 8. Number 1, Venny Paul Ceballos. Number 2, Jomel Codilia. Number 3, Ariel Cacao. Number 4, Raymond Bryce de Guzman. Number 5, Miko Espartero. Number 6, Kyle Clarence Tandog. Number 9, Zedric Saavedra. Number 10, Glenn Harvey Adesir. Number 11, Lyric John Mendoza. Number 12, Jacob Amit Bituin. Number 22, Charles David Absin. Number 24, Judy Lawrence Garriedo. And number 25, Luis Michael Miguel. They are mentored by their head coach, Mr. Edison Orculio, assistant coaches team manager is Miss Angeline Z. Hervasio. Number 9, Zidrix Saavedra of Far Eastern University, Tamaraos. Congratulations to Mr. Saavedra and his Far Eastern University. In the next Collegiate Conference or Collegiate Challenge in
once again, we crown another champion. The Far Eastern University takes it in straight sets, dethroning Salle University. And what a season it has been for the V-League Collegiate Challenge. Nice din natin pasalamatan ng ating mga kasama dito sa ating broadcast. Of course, anchors, myself, Noel Zarate, Jay De La Cruz, Benji Santiago. Analyst natin si Ana Gupico, my partner right here. Chiki Pablo, Edster Cia, JV Sumagaysay. Courtside reporters, of course, Courtney Buenaventura, Megan Cabrera, Quinn Barcarce, Reese Malonzo, and Sara Azido. And this has been a presentation of the Sports Vision Management Group. At bago lahat, nais ko rin pasalamatan ng ating director, Francis Opilio, and the entire technical crew. Once again, this has been a presentation of Sports Vision Management Group. And this has been the V-League, where it all started. See you all next season. Paalam! Volleyball is back dito po sa V-League.
What a rally we have here between these two lady squads. Boy Bambola, Nolex sa likod, and that's it.
Timing is everything talaga. Wow!